Hello everyone, Munchma Gaming here. Welcome to today's episode of the Alliance Solo Saga series. Tonight, Munchma Aura does some learning. Laren listens.
I am listening.
And Munchma Tiny sends a letter. Alright, we'll go ahead and grind out some more cooking since we're only at level 14 currently. And I will try to do this as efficient as possible, making the lowest level recipes first. After we finish cooking, the plan for today's episode is to continue leveling our mining and blacksmithing. We did get some mining done in our last episode as our human paladin, however we have a lot more mining to do. Alright, we'll head to Stormwind and we'll go ahead and try to sell our 17-pound catfish, because right now we have close to no money. And we'll grab another cooking recipe so we can cook some of our fish from Munchma Ammo's fishing grind.
See you around.
How are you? Safe travels.
And we'll go ahead and cook up those long jaw mud snappers. We'll hop over to our Worgen Druid real quick and we'll send over all of this tender crocolisk meat. We'll also send over the blacksmithing blueprint. Alright, here's his letter of cooking and bullshit.
We have the meat.
And I think that'll do it. Not sure what that UI pop-up is. One day I'll look into it and get it removed. Yeah, I don't have enough inventory currently. Well, let's go start cooking some of this and we'll go from there. We need to grab the recipe to cook the crocolisk meat though.
Hello.
I don't think I can do any of these other ones. Yeah, it's a different spider leg. We'll have murloc fins though. Is 12 silver worth it? I don't know, but I bet I'll be killing plenty of murlocs in the future across all of the accounts. And there's a crocolisk steak as well. We'll go ahead and read these real quick. And it's 150 cooking. We just finished grinding out a lot of crocolisk steaks. I don't really plan on distributing the food, at least at this point, among all of the other characters, but we'll just go ahead and sell it off because it's some decent money. Alright, we'll go smelt some copper. Looks like I got quite a lot here, and this will also give us mining levels.
How are you?
And our mining's high enough, we'll grab Journeyman. And I don't think I'll buy the other smelting spells because we are pretty cash poor right now. Alright, let's go ahead and start our blacksmithing grind. First we'll make some rough sharpening stones. We got a absolute shit ton to make. I don't know how far these will carry us. I thought it wouldn't be very many levels, but it looks like it carried us practically to level 50. However, I am now out of rough stone. We'll go ahead and learn all of these recipes real quick and see where that puts us. That puts us with 2 copper left. That was a mistake. Just regular old copper equipment. Yeah, nothing I can disenchant. And I couldn't even afford a blacksmithing hammer, nor do I have any more rough stone to make rough grinding stones because I don't plan ahead very well. So, with only a couple copper to my name, I'm gonna go solicit my body to this guard.
Light be with you.
Alright everybody, back in Goldshire, I think it'll be time for us to start our mining grind. I'll kind of walk you through my rotation for this grind. First I'll be running over to the Fargo Deep Mine, just because there's a lot of copper in here, and I can also hit some of the rock formations between Goldshire and the mine. So, here's a map, and those little copper ore icons are from one of my plugins that shows all the nodes that I've found so far. I believe that there is data available that I could import that shows every possible node, but it just kind of clutters my map, and I'm not a big fan of that. And I like the mystery myself. So right now my plan is to start in the Fargo Deep Mine, and then I'll just kind of follow these rock structures along, and then I'll go over to the Tower of Azrata, Azora, I don't know. We'll run along this river a little bit because there's oftentimes copper along the river. And then we'll head over to this other tower in the southeast. And then we'll follow the ridge line all the way up and around the large pond. And we'll jump across the pond and check out where the wizards are just to see if there's additional copper there. And then we'll go into the Jasper Lode mine. I will try to run out and just see if there is any remaining nodes along the ridge there. And then I'll Hearthstone back to Goldshire, where I will sell off any loot that I have and then restart the loop. So along this first loop here, we did encounter an elite. It's not my first time encountering it. We did fight it in the last video, but I might as well kill it for the extra XP and potential of a item that can be disenchanted later. Here's another one that's a familiar face, Fed Fennel. That brought us to level 14 as well, which is handy. And we'll kill off his minions and loot him up.
So with that, back to the studio.
So I did Hearthstone after I did get to the Jasper Lode mine, but I didn't want to go add extra clips anyways. So you can see here in my first run through, I did get a little over 60 copper ore, 67, pretty good. I'll send over some disenchanting greens that I've accumulated along the way to munch my ammo, and we'll just grab those, that way I don't leave them in the mailbox and they despawn. Alright, we'll start our second rotation through the Fargo Deep Mine. Of course, there is some good copper ore.
I have contained my rage for as long as possible, but I shall unleash my fury upon you like the crashing of 1,000 waves! Begone, vile man! Begone from me!
Well, on that terrible disappointment
For him.
Back to the tent.
Just Hearthstone immediately. Once again, I did finish the rotation, but I am starting to encounter quite a few high levels that can fly. I'm not sure why that guy flew and landed in front of me and then ran over to the node. Probably wasn't intentional. Maybe just trying to be a dick, but moral is, you guys are high level. Go buy your copper ore and quit changing your profession so god dang often. Alright, next rotation, we have yet another rare that we can kill. Looks like we got a imbued infantry cloak. Those are fairly common in this area, it seems. And our good friend Fed Fennel came back. Wants another ass whooping. And now that I got Word of Glory and Avenger's Shield, I have a lot more confidence pulling more mobs. And yes, these are all grays, but you know my luck with how often I die. It's always a big risk for me. And if you haven't realized by now, I had just been playing an ambient track of Goldshire in the background because I was watching YouTube while doing this grind, and I did not want to adjust my audio settings because I am lazy.
And with that, back to the studio.
Alright, looks like we're finishing with... shoot, 200 some odd copper? Yeah, 200 and a bit copper ore. Not a bad grind. I think in total it took me an hour and a half, 2 hours. I did, I think, 3 total laps of the Elwyn Forest, so not too bad on foot. I was getting a little stressed out, thinking I may need to wait until I have a mount. However, despite our losses to those high-level, high-mobility players, I'm pretty satisfied with this. So I no longer am getting mining levels from smelting copper, so I'm going to go ahead and send off my other 2 mining characters to smelt, So I'll send off a load to Munchima Axe, and I'll also send a bunch off to Munchima Tiny. Alright, that is Munchima Tiny, getting to about 54 mining just from smelting. And I don't know if mining level increases the number of ore that you get per node, and I don't feel like Googling it, so I'll just do this little extra step. Feel free to let me know in the comments down below if I just wasted a bunch of copper doing postage with this. Alright, Munchima Axe at level 60, so he did max out his mining just from smelting copper, which is fine. I probably could have sent 20 to Tiny and had them try to get to 60, but good enough. Alright, we've got all of our copper bars back over to Munchima Aura, and then we'll sit here and we'll just make a bunch of these rough grinding stones, which I'll need for actual blacksmithing. Yeah, it's probably enough of those. We'll go ahead and buy our blacksmithing hammer. You may have noticed, but I was able to sell that 17-pound catfish at some point. So now we got a little bit of gold in our inventory. And we'll set about making some of these rune copper items. Some will be upgrades for myself, and others I will send to my only other male wearer, Munchima Axe, our dwarf warrior. Alright, bracers and a belt for me. You can already see I got a chest and gloves for him down below there, so I'll just move these items over with it, and I'll ship those over. If I have an extra belt, I'll send that to Munchima Ammo to disenchant. And you can also see all of the extra gauntlets that I made as well. And we'll sit here and just disenchant these real quick. And with all that disenchanted, we will end it here for the day. Thank you for watching today's episode of the Alliance Solo Saga series. I'll see you in the next one.